The impetus for acting so quickly and getting this into theaters this year was I assume, and I've read, feeling galvanized by current events. Mm-hmm. And I was reading our own paper today, which I don't know if you've all had a chance, but there is an absolutely devastating, brilliant story by Greg Miller, Greg Jaffe, and Philip Rucker about President Trump's Russia policy or lack thereof. And I just want to read this quote. Nearly a year into his presidency, Trump continues to reject the evidence that Russia waged an assault on a pillar of American democracy and supported his run for the White House. The result is without obvious parallel in U.S. history, a situation in which the personal insecurities of the president and his refusal to accept what even many in his administration regard as objective reality have impaired the government's response to a national security threat. The repercussions radiate across the government. And I can't help but think of those Nixon tapes that play in your movie of that insecure, paranoid man desperately trying to suppress the truth. And now it's as if the president, it's not suppressing a truth, it's trying to say the truth doesn't exist.
Yeah, I feel like the guy now makes Nixon seem like, Albert Schweitzer in terms of that level of first of all, it's I'm not just trying to kiss your ass, but it is the First Amendment. It's not the Seventh, Eighth. There's a reason. It's number one, and I have never in my life experienced a strategic assault on the idea of truth and it's in delegitimizing the press. Obviously, there's conflict and should be conflict there. I actually think the movie hits a very interesting point about the dangers of complicity in order to have access. Right. I mean, is a big criticism of the press and of the Post and of the relationship. But this is this is an outrageous, I hope, anomaly. I don't know.
Is there any risk in making a movie in that context? I mean, but as you very rightly point out, it's about much more than that. It's like we say, it is arousingly entertaining, and it is about a woman's journey. But do you alienate your audience by making something so pointedly political?
I don't think it is partisan.
How is this a partisan film?
It's a patriotic. It's a patriotic film.
I keep looking at what could be partisan about it. You'd have to really love Nixon to find it
right.
Partisan. I don't know.
Right. Right.
Right.
Well,
so it's a big demographic.
But the Pentagon.
And I also think the issues of it just are things that we always have to think about and to care about. The fact that they seem hot right now in so many ways, it doesn't change the fact that these things matter forever in America, and certainly when it comes to women and power sharing among all people, that hopefully will not matter as long, but still for probably a couple hundred years. What?
No, I was just going to say, it's not. I see it as an extremely patriotic film because it isolates this one moment in time where Nixon was defending only Nixon's ability to defend a lie. He wasn't really at that point complicit. It was about all the subsequent administrations after Truman,
right.
Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson.
Yeah, it wasn't about Nixon. I mean, none of the papers
perpetuating a
implicated
lie about Vietnam, for which so many people continued to be fed into the furnace, for nothing but really, as is this brilliant scene with Matthew Rhys, Have to bring him in just
Yeah, Matthew's
for a second.
amazing.
Plays Daniel Ellsberg, and he said, you know, the reason the reason the war was fought was 10% for the Vietnamese people, 20% to contain China, and then 70% to save face over every one of these administrations suppressing this information, and that was breathtaking. It was the fact that, I remember it because it was the year I graduated from college, and it was the beginning of people thinking, God, they're always lying to us.
Yeah.